Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to 2024. Hope everyone had a lovely break and an enjoyable time with friends and family. Let's crack straight into the 5 biggest developments for the week. Swiss CPI was stagnant at 0.0% month on month. Energy was the main driver as well. We've seen this quite consistently over the last period of time. Previous reading was negative 0.2%, so it was an increase, which was good after seeing a period of deflation. Number 2, Japan's CPI fell to 2.1%. Year on year. It missed expectations of 2.3%. Number 3, Aussie CPI slumped to 4.3% year on year. Again, demonstrates, and this was sort of a similar theme to what we saw last year. It really does demonstrate that rates are working their way through the economy, slowly but surely. Number 4, US CPI was up to 3.4%. This was slightly higher than expectations at 3.2%. Housing and energy were the main factors there. And the last thing, number 5, US unemployment claims dropped to 202,000, a little bit lower than expectations at 209,000. All in all, a pretty light week from a macroeconomic perspective. You can see here's a list of all the, or a bunch of futures contracts that we trade within our multi-strategy hedge fund. Not all of them, but a good number, and it covers good parts of our universe. You can see that the VIX sold off over the course of the week, with it being down around about 11%. We saw geopolitical risks slowly start to alleviate over the course of the week. US equities rebounded, and global equities also rebounded broadly. However, there was some mixed performance. The Nikkei was up 5.91%, while the Russell was down 0.35%. Orange juice was down on demand over the Christmas period, as well as lumber, with restrained and reduced construction over the holiday period. If we move down to the ASX, you'll be able to see it was a broadly positive week. Financials were very, very solid, with the big 4 all up positively. Materials really were the laggard trading on the market. This is quite the opposite of what we've seen recently, where the materials, and especially iron ore, have been very, very solid. Overall, it's been a pretty quiet week volume-wise on the ASX and globally, and as per usual, what we normally see is volume gradually picks up each week that passes, with everything back to normal post the Australia Day long weekend. Outside of that, I hope everyone's had a nice start to the year. If you are back at work, get hooked into it. If you're not, enjoy the last weekend before you get back in properly next week. Other than that, speak to you next week.